And I've seen a lot of cops, I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I've felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money and whatever else you bring. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
What you thought
eyes, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the land of the new. Oh, na 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 na.
Someone make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming, and I know what to do. You know that nothing feels real than someone else. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn a new way. I wanna see, I wanna be. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey, Dan, there we go.
And
Hello.
yeah, we made it. We made it.
Hey, hey.
Everyone's talking
That's
about
it.
technical difficulties and everything. Well, the technical difficulty is I was late, and that was that. And then a bunch of other things happening. But so I got a question to start just tonight with this ASI Air thing, because
Yeah.
you know it's my first outing with it. Really, I've tried all three interpretations of the ASIR, from the plastic box to now.
Mhm.
And each one I just got frustrated with, and I went into my closet of death and never came out. But here the first thing is that tonight, and it had nothing to do with the ASIR, so let's just put that out there. It had nothing to do with the ASIR. The ASIR is fine. This is complete stupidity on either Skywatcher's fault or whatever. But
Right.
for whatever happened, I would, because with the hand control, if you use a hand control, which I have not used in like 10 years, right? I've never used a hand controller.
Right.
So with the hand controller and with the ASIR, it tells you have to do at least a 1-star alignment so it can get its bearings. Fine. No problem. I did that. I do that. I check the time. I check the date. I check the location. Make sure it's on. Blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, hit go to M42, and it points to the ground. Okay.
Sounds
Again,
familiar.
nothing to do with ASIR. Let me just throw, something was going on with the hand controller where it kept on flip-flopping from the east to the west in longitude. It kept on flopping. Every time I would move it, it would go back to east. It would be okay for one slew, and then the next slew would go back to somewhere without me touching it. I swear to God, I have gremlins in everything I touch. Everything I touch turns to complete.
I'm because okay, you have
Wow.
you have a EQ6 or using EQ8. You have an EQ8.
I have both, but I'm actually using the EQM35 for this. This is my little tiny grab and go kind of thing.
Okay. All right. Because one of the things that, at least with my Ioptron, I really don't need the hand controller with the iOptron. I don't have to have it plugged into the mount or anything. It worked, the ASIR worked just fine without it. But with Celestron,
Yeah,
I have to plug it into I have to get I think it's like a mini USB to go into the hand controller and then into the ASI Air so it can recognize the mount.
right. So basically, what
Is it similar? Is it similar to that?
It's
where you
very
have
similar.
to use
It's the
the
same
cable?
exact thing. USB
Okay.
out of the hand control into the ASI, and I think that's where something got confused because I said the hell with it. I took the USB cable out. I threw it in the back in the closet of death you go, and take the hand controller back in the closet of death you go. And I found because I had it from a friend of mine. A friend of mine gave it to me like 3 years ago. I had one of the SynScan wireless modules.
Okay.
I said, let me see if this thing will work if I just plug this into the hand controller. I downloaded the ASI Air Pro instructions for the AZGTI.
Yep.
And I followed the instructions, and I actually did a couple of things that were different. I assigned it my own IP address and all that kind of stuff. But boom, don't need a 1-star alignment.
No, you don't. You shouldn't have to.
Don't need a 1-star alignment. Don't need to worry about time, date, location. None of that. Uh-oh. Now it's doing a meridian flip, man. This thing's gonna crash.
So Dan, do I hear that this is going to definitely be a potential giveaway raffle?
What, the ASI Air?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that's, in all fairness, it's not the ASI Air's fault. It had nothing to do with the ASI Air. It had something to do with the Skywatcher. ASI Air is working fine. I'm hoping that it's saying first meridian flip right now, so it's flipping right now.
Okay.
And I'm kind of scared because I'm not out there to look at it. I like to usually be outside for the first, especially I don't know, something I've never used before. But hey, we'll see what happens. I picked the brightest thing I could find, M42. I'm doing some with the L Pro, some without the L Pro. But I'm finding out that I got a very large amount of vignetting with the lens. And the lens camera combo isn't perfect.
Okay.
Because I'm using the 294 and a 200. ASIS says 194, but 200L Canon lens.
Yeah.
So I'm getting some vignetting on the corners, which is fine. But I mean, right now, when it comes back up, I'll show you some of the pictures of the vignetting.
Okay.
But I'm sure that if
is your lens, is it 200 lens? Is it like a crop lens or is it a full frame?
It is the L is a full frame because I bought it for the 6D. So
interesting. And you're getting vignetting.
Yep.
That's interesting. Okay.
And again, you'll see it when I pull it up. But
I wonder if you need some spacers.
The funny thing was, now it's doing a focus. Auto meridian flip finished. Finding appropriate stars. Let's see if it finds any stars. But I gotta say the autofocus routine worked very well. For what it is, the AF does have a lot of it's a little weird steps here and there, and that could be. I know you and I, Eric, were talking before. Maybe changing my step size to go pretty much half of what I'm using.
Right.
So I'll do that later on. But it seems like the autofocus routine is pretty decent. It's kind of cool because it does a big V curve and then a little one.
Mm-hmm.
And so it gives you it tightens up the focus a little bit. And then it just starts taking pictures, and it's very, very simple design. And for my get up and go kind of vacation mount, I think it's gonna work out.
Okay. Now right now there have been some. I'm glad right now that the Meridian flip seems like it worked for you, because there have been.
I don't know what I'm pointing at yet, so we'll figure that out.
Okay. So far it seems like
it did
seems like it's okay.
It did say it auto-centered and all that. So I'm going to say yes. I'm waiting for the first picture to...
Waiting for the first photo. Okay, and that's fine. Because there has been some issues with a lot of people with the latest firmware, that it has been affecting people's Meridian flip. And it happened to me too.
Okay.
Where basically I had my Meridian Flip setting set to stop tracking. It was basically the default. Stop tracking at 5 minutes, and stop, and then do a and then resume or do something 5 minutes after the meridian, after it's past the meridian. I can't remember the exact wording. And every time it would, for the past week, 2 weeks, whenever I would image, it would stop, and it would basically, the amount would freeze, and it would just constantly just keep trying to plate solve and cycle, right? It wouldn't flip. Yesterday I put something out on the ASI Air group Facebook page and experienced ASI Air officers, and someone mentioned changing the settings of when it stops tracking and when you go into the Meridian Flip, and they switched it over to I said, okay, stop tracking after a minute before the Meridian Flip, before it hits Meridian, stop tracking with the first minute, and then after 3 minutes. So I reduced it all, and yesterday it worked. It started flipping. It flipped and it solved, and it was all good. So I don't know. Something's up with that, but something is definitely up with that firmware right now, and I think ZWO is aware of it and they're looking into it.
Well, something's really crazy with my deck guiding right now.
Did you set it to calibrate again after the Meridian Flip?
No, I didn't.
That could be.
But I'm getting better guiding than I was doing before. But
okay.
Is there a way to do the min motion and stuff like that? Or is it just the aggression?
Just the aggressions.
Should the deck mode auto be on?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's put auto.
That's auto. Usually by default. It's set to auto.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, my guiding still sucks, but I mean, it's a EQ M35. I don't really care. I think it's taking its first photo now.
Okay. Then let's take a look and see how it looks.
It's loading up right now.
Eric, you might tip your mic levels down just a little. You're a little hot.
A little hot? Okay. Let me do that.
It just disconnected though. All right, just came back. Why is it just give me this green circle like it's thinking?
This green circle.
Yeah, like a Windows circle that goes around when it's thinking.
It's not. Lisa, it's not a blue screen.
It's not a blue screen of death. No, it's definitely not. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so just again, we haven't even started with we just jumped on in, but we got some guests coming up very, very soon. I believe in 2 weeks we got Dr. Sass coming from iTelescope on February 9th. So don't forget to check that out. Following that, on the 25th, we're going to be having Roland from Indigo, and then on the 9th, we have Voyager Software coming. So that's going to be really, really cool. So it's Ruman from Indigo and Roland from Voyager. I apologize about that. And Pete, thank you for getting in touch with a bunch of people this week. So Pete is in. We're both in conversation with Pete. Introduced me to Charles Bracken, the author that's written a bunch of good books that I've showed on the show plenty of times. Who else was it? Farah from Woodland Hills.
Yep.
And
Jeff Dickerman.
And who?
Jeff Dickerman with Object. Yep.
Jeff, yeah.
And then Hamza with
Hamza.
Prism.
And Hendrik just got back to me, so he's sending me some more dates. So, would you yell at him or something? But, he's getting back to me. So we got. I think we're going to be booked almost till like April, May at this point. So,
awesome.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guests booked, or we will have by the end of the week 9 guests booked. So,
okay.
It's pretty cool.
That's
It's
nice.
pretty cool. So so that's that. So we got guests coming. We got the $5 raffle. We got the $5 raffle. So we got, and I hope I don't drop anything because there's a lot of stuff on here. So this is the Player One Neptune camera, and I saw a bunch of YouTube videos on this just recently. So they're making its rounds as far as planetary cameras are concerned. It's the IMX 464 chip. Comes with a 1 1/4 inch UVIR cut filter. There you go. So that's for $5, and you could send your $5 either via the Cash App or PayPal. And I'll put the PayPal address down there in a second. I'll give somebody the Wilson treatment, and we'll get that up there. And you can get up to 10 chances. Caps off at 10. So if you want one this week, one next week, or you want to buy 10, you can buy 10. So it's $5 each, and then we're going to do the drawing on, I believe it was, what did I say, February 11th, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I think it was February 11th. So absolutely, get in on that if you need a decent planetary camera. Again, $5, and you can win a $300 camera. And remember, all this money that we get from these raffles going to a big kitty for more raffle prizes. So this is all stuff that's been either donated or Closet of Death special or something that we'll just throw in there, and we'll do a raffle on it, and it all gets in. Hopefully soon we'll have enough money to raffle off a little red cat or something.
There you go.
So and that'll be like probably a $20 or $50 raffle. But
Did you see Tegan's video on the Red Cat 71?
No, I didn't.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did he buy one?
No, he was testing. I think he was testing it for HPS.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, it looks it's an impressive telescope. It is an impressive telescope.
Yeah. So Tarek,
the focal length for me is just a little still a little too short for me, that focal length. Because I think it's like right around 400, which is my RASA, so I don't need anything.
It doesn't make any sense to get it.
Doesn't make any sense, yeah.
But to me, it's a little bit on the. To me, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being whatever. I know it's a Pets 4. I know you don't need a flattener and everything, but it just seems a little bit on the pricey side to me.
Yeah,
almost $1,700 for a 71. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I spent $1,600 on my Esprit 80 when before they raised the prices.
I mean, heck, a GT81 is around 1,500, around 1,550.
Yeah.
And that's a great little telescope right there. That's a great imaging apo. And I'm looking at the FLT 91, and that one's just around. That's at $2,000. So for me,
you need a flattener with those, though, right?
You do need a flattener. You will need a flattener and a reducer and stuff like that. So, and the flattener is the 68. Is it 683 or 68II, whatever you want to call it? And it's like that flattener is like $625. And I had it too, and I sold it when I sold off my CS 126. There it goes again.
Terex was asking, where do I send $5? That's going to be interesting. Shipping to the UAE, I don't know, man. We'll have to figure something out. But
PayPal should be able to do that.
I'm not saying PayPal won't be able to do that, but it just matters how much it is. But you could up there. There you go. So you could send your $5 right there, Tarek. And then you could do that, or if you could do Cash App. So that's PayPal at AstroWorldWeb.com. So if anybody wants to get in on the raffle, that's that. Okay. There we go.
Ask cars are less expensive, but I just like Williams quality. It's just a personal preference for me.
I agree with you there, Eric. I got to say that just the quality of the scopes themselves. William does a great job.
Yeah,
there's no way about it. But on that, I mean, this is my first clear night. Are you getting that winter storm or is
I had it earlier. I had a winter storm over the weekend, and then Monday, Tuesday, it was clear. So now you're getting my clear sky.
Right.
So Monday, Tuesday was clear, and I'm expecting probably some clear sky tomorrow.
Okay.
So I have to take a look at my handy dandy app here, Astrophotography.
Yep.
And then I also use Clear Outside, Astrophotography, Meteo Blue. So, okay. So my next one may not be until Friday. Actually, my next clear night may not be until Friday.
Well, we're looking at 10 to 15 inches coming.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
So,
Jeez.
Whoa.
yeah. So it went from 1 to
No,
6 to
thank
3
you.
to 8 to 10 to 15.
No, thank you, sir.
You wonder why I want to get out of here.
I respectfully decline those those types of storms.
So
Don't bring those near me.
So
That's kind of status quo for upstate New York.
Just an update. So the ASIR still's got this green round thing going around. I'm waiting for the picture.
What?
Just
Are you using BlueStack or are you?
it's BlueStacks, yeah. I mean the graph is going. I see the PhD graph is going.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Now the time is going off, but the camera's showing idle on the bottom. Oh, and just so you know,
I think it's BlueStack. I think you may need to close your
no,
eyes.
you want to hear? This is something else that happened. The go-to sliding out window to put a target in there and all the telescope controls.
Yeah.
Went to the right and disappeared.
I think it's your app. I think it's.
I called Simon. He logged in. I was showing it to him. I said, dude, it's not there. I had to reboot the whole thing.
Jeez.
So let me see if I get out of BlueStacks and I'll go back in and see.
Yeah, I'd say close out of BlueStacks and then go in and see. I don't know, man.
I just think I think I'm
I think it just knows that you're a Prima Luce guy. I think
it doesn't like me.
It doesn't like you.
At me.
It's just giving you the big.
It's like what is it? They say that pork is the other white meat. I got the other red box.
There you go. It don't like you.
All right, hold on. Now I got no
like,
light.
Hell, fruit.
So let me see if it's in my pictures. The last one. So.
Well, that's okay. That just makes Eric our ZW ho. So.
Hey.
All right, so I gotta say that the L Pro does a decent job with this. Let's see. So and it's a little off center, so I guess I gotta kind of recenter it after the flip. So I'm gonna recenter it and see what I got. But anyway, so yeah.
Are you doing a plan or an auto run?
What's that?
Are you doing a plan or an auto run?
Just an auto run right now.
Just doing an auto run right now?
Yeah, just doing an auto run. Now you got to figure out how to get out of this picture. Oh, there we go.
I know, right, Tourette? Scott, he's just chilling out. He's got the pillow right there. Just got the blanket right behind him.
Scott again. Yeah, we're all in these uncomfortable. Well, actually, Eric, you got a pretty comfortable chair. I don't know. I don't know about.
Yeah, man, I love mine.
But I got my camping.
My captain's chair.
My flat camping chair.
Yep.
Which is hard as a rock.
I love my Captain Picard chair. Engage.
Love it. Oh, you know what the funny thing is? The thing is gone.
What is gone?
What?
The thing is gone. Where?
What?
What, the circle? The green circle?
No, the circle is gone.
Yeah.
But the whole go-to screen is gone.
It's not off to the side where it has the arrow. You can bring it back up.
Nope, it's gone again.
It just don't like you, man. I'm just telling you right now.
I think it has to do with the new update.
I'm serious. That update has been screwing around with a lot of people. I'm serious. It has been screwing around with a lot of people.
And is there a way to there's a way to restart the ASIR from in here, isn't there?
Yeah. You go to the main
I got
menu.
it.
Yeah, and do a restart.
Restart. And since the mount is powered on its own, it won't need another.
No, you'll be fine. It should be fine.
Yeah. So, what's everybody been up to? I mean, everyone sees my trials and tribulations,
Yep.
but Eric, you doing anything image wise?
Well, we've got clouds now, but for the past 2 nights, I was getting HA and O3 on the tadpole with
Okay.
the edge 8 with the reducer. So I'll just be able to just fit in the tadpole. One thing I do have to work on is and fine tune on my EAF is that I guess you would call it critical focus.
Yep.
A critical focus zone. I've got to tweak that a little bit on the autofocus and understand what would be my best step size for the autofocus, and so I can get into that critical focus zone where I'm right in there, so I can tighten that up.
Windows back. Sorry.
The window's back after a restart.
The window's back.
There you go.
All right. So now, is there a way to plate solve to an image?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're especially when you are, if you have the image in there, like in your library in the ASI Air,
right,
you can do a go to on that image, and it'll plate solve that image and then go to
got it
destination. Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right, that works. All right. Well, it's slewing to. All right. I mean, this works pretty well. I gotta say, for a thing that's $300, I mean, it works pretty well. It really,
yeah.
Although I just want to make this clear to everybody who's watching, I'm not trying to bash the ASI Air at all. It's just
he's just a prima luce guy.
No, this is what people go through when they're trying something new for the first. This is the first day I'm doing things. So you know what, and it becomes frustrating, and it does. You know, it took me 2 hours to figure out the hand control doesn't work as well as this other thing. So you got to go through this. And I was teaching a guy yesterday. He's probably watching now. But I was teaching a guy yesterday. He was getting all frustrated. I mean, like things weren't connecting, and and all this kind of stuff, and things weren't right. And we were setting up an Eagle for the first time. We had to load up all the drivers and everything. And he was like, "Oh, what do you think? It's broken?" I said, "No, it's not broken." So there was a bunch of things. There was like, I guess at one point there was like the cables that he has are those flat ZWO crap cables.
Yeah,
and I'm wiggling it, and it connects and it unconnects. It connects and it unconnects.
Yeah, those cables are terrible. I had the same problem. You remember?
I replaced those cables. I got some nice.
Hell yeah! Get rid of those things.
They're horrible. They're not shielded. They could cause a whole bunch of havoc.
Yep.
And the main camera may not be powered. Please check the power cable.
Yeah. Go to get the Cable Matters or the
or Cable
Star
Matters.
Tech.
Star Tech. That's what I told her. And Cables to Go too isn't bad.
Cables to Go. You want good cables that are shielded. Good connectors.
Absolutely.
Auto run. We'll do 1 60-second shot. There you go. See what happens. So I already got some without the L Pro, and now we're gonna do some with the L Pro.
Okay.
So we'll see. So if you want to see what a really bad picture looks like, I'll show it to you real quick. Actually, I can't. It's doing an autofocus, so can't do anything. So let it do its autofocus anyway. But so this is like the first night I'm actually doing any sort of imaging, literally since probably Christmas. It's been a really dry winter for me. Whether it's just been clouds. There has been some, and I'm going to be yelled at by some of the hardcore astrophotographers out there, but I'm sorry. Sometimes I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and if it's clear, I'm sorry. I'm just watching TV, I'm having a drink, and I'm going to bed. You know what I mean? I'm just too tired sometimes.
Right.
And, so I gave up a couple of nights that were clear, to get some sleep. But other than that, we really haven't had in New York many clear nights this winter so far.
Yeah, it's been kind of a little rough here as well. Someone had a question about the ASI Air. I'm just trying to look for it again. Where do I need to put the image on the ASI Air to plate solve it with Josh?
What was that?
It says, where do I need to put the image on the ASI Air to plate solve it? Well,
It's got to be on the internal memory, right?
yeah.
Or the SD card.
So if I share my screen here, because I've got BlueStacks up, so I'm going to share my screen here.
I forgot I had to.
Let me know when I'm available.
You are available.
All right, cool. So in the ASI Air, if you go to your USB or if you're using the SD card, you go to your storage area and you can go to image management. And in my case, I'm using the plan. So under plan, you would go and you can, this is auto on auto run as well. You go to your lights, and I'm going to just go ahead and select one of my tadpoles here. And here is where you would, if I move this here, you would do the go-to. I'm not going to do it right now because everything's closed up, and I don't want it.
Oh, that's where. Oh, okay, I got it. All right.
And this is where it will plate solve. Because also it will annotate. If you click on annotate, this is where it'll do all the plate solving, and it'll also recognize your image. So, yeah. And see, here's one of my issues with, if I go here, my focus, sometimes even with it being autofocus, is a little out of focus, which is why I really need to figure out that critical focus. And I'm thinking, to really tighten this up.
Well, what's the, Eric,
Yeah.
do the calculation right now. What's your vocal ratio?
F7.
So 7 squared is 49 times 2.2, and that's going to give you your critical focus zone in microns. So 7.7 times squared, 49, right, or whatever.
Yep, 49.
Times 2.2.
So it's 98 plus 2/10. It's another 80. So it's like 170. Let me see. So let's see.
So I guess.
So what that tells you right there is that you've got a relatively long focus zone. Now, if you did something like say
107.
Yeah, 107. So if you had a vocal ratio, say 2.8, right? So 2.8 squared times 2.2, you can see the difference. You've got a very, very, very small focus zone. So for you, you've got a little bit more forgiveness because it's a much wider, longer area to get the critical focus zone.
Okay.
So what you'll need to do then is you'll just need to go ahead and just do your U curve or V curve, however you guys call it. And then just make sure that you just get right within that CFZ.
Okay.
Well, how do you determine that from the micron?
Determine that. Yeah, I guess that's one of my questions is that's because I'll be honest with you, that's a little over my head. Because that's one reason why I like the ASI Air. I just set it up and I go. So like with us, doing, like you say, your step size for autofocus, I've got it set to 20. I don't know exactly, what I'm supposed to do there. What does that mean? Do I need, because I had it, the default was at 30, if you see here, and I shortened it down to 20. I don't know if that step size, I need to go a little finer or what. So, it's just one of those things. I may just have to ask maybe even Simon or someone else just to get those tips. And it's just going to take me some time to also figure out, everything, like what you were explaining, just to understand it all. So let me just go ahead and stop sharing here and get back here.
So as I said, with the ASI Air, you just can't say rack your focuser in and then rack it out, and it will determine what the millimeter distance is, and then it won't automatically determine what your step size is.
Not what the millimeter is or the step size is. It won't do anything like that. No.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
It's pretty. Like I said, it's for the guys who are lazy.
Okay.
And don't want to go through all of the, that's those fine details and those fine calculations, and stuff like that. I got enough crap going on.
I hear that. I hear that. So yeah, so it looks like the Arco will be installed probably within a couple of weeks. So
Okay.
I'll be back to a rotating camera.
Nice.
I just still can't believe how big this thing is. I mean, it's been sitting here for a couple of months now, waiting for me to install it. But I mean, there you go. So it's about as big as my hand.
Well, that's big.
You know,
That's big.
so it's big, but it's a 3-inch. So it fits my Asado. And what it'll do, it's a really, really precise rotator for the camera for framing.
Yep.
So, but it's a big guy, so we shall see what we shall see. I can't wait to get back to a regular mechanic. I had the rotator for the original rotator for the Moonlight, and the thing with that was I had to take it off because my rig was just getting too heavy. I mean, because with the way if you didn't get the Nightcrawler, which has a rotator built into it, you had to get a second motor, which goes. So you got a motor on the right side for focusing, a motor on the left side for the rotator, and in between that, you had to add another flange that weighed another like pound and a half. Calibration is okay. Yeah, I recalibrated it. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
So you had to get another flange with ball bearings in it and put that on there so it could rotate. And it was crazy. It was out of control. So I took the other motor and the rotator off, and I saved like 4 pounds on my rig.
Uh-oh. Is Scotty modded out again?
What's that?
Is Scott modded out again?
Oh, you're muted, Scott. You're muted, Scott.
You're muted. You're on mute. I just see Scott here.
There you go.
So comfortable and relaxed. Look at him.
You know what? I love Scott, man, because he's just chilling out down in Florida. You know, freaking 60, 70-degree weather, and just like,
yeah.
It reminds me of the show that I did from DC from my laptop.
Right.
I was in my bed and in the bedroom. I was like,
yeah, stretched out on the bed.
It was funny.
Oh, that's great.
Man.
So am I guiding now? Yeah, it looks like I'm guiding with really crappy guiding numbers. And probably because of really crappy mount. And let's see. So we're guiding now. And then let's do an auto run. And we'll do that. Reset progress. Go back. And
Is this the setup with the AstroDad?
Yeah, it's a total Frankenstein kind of thing.
Yeah, that thing. Yep.
Yeah, the whole Frankenstein. I call that Frankenstein. So now I have Godzilla and Frankenstein. Godzilla is my 18-inch obsession. And I got Frankenstein, which is my little getup. It's got what has it got? It's got Prima Luce, ADM, ZWO,
Okay.
Deep Sky Dad. What else is in there? More Deep Sky Dad. It's got some random USB dew heater I got. It's not even SV Boney. It's like somebody else. I don't even know where I got it from. I think it's somewhere from like Eurasia or somewhere. It's like really like weird. What else? I think and Optolong. So I mean, you know, and Canon. So
it's the Heinz 57, man.
It's got 9 different. It's got 9 different.
Like Baskin Robbins.
So yeah, but hey, you know what? It seems to be working. And then now that I know that it works, I can send you the camera. I can send you the camera now, Pete. I know that it works. So.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say, did you get the brain? The Abby normal?
Yeah, Abby's brain. You know, Abby normal. That's the best. Gene Wilder was the best. Don't get me started on Young Frankenstein. Oh my god,
I love that, man. That's great.
Oh man.
Oh, you guys.
Him and Terry Garr. Oh my gosh, that was classic.
The
It's a
candle.
big, it's a big schwanstuka.
All right.
You know, the only thing better than the
Sorry,
movie
folks.
is the outtakes on the movie.
What'd you say?
I said the only thing better than the movie is the outtakes on the
Oh my
movie where
God!
they do the
I heard,
blooper.
did you see that commercial with the girl that's on the phone? She's getting this invite to dinner at and they said that she thought it was a costume party because she heard it all wrong. I heard something completely wrong out of your mouth. You just you just went out and it just I can't even say what I thought you said. Now I can't even say it. But
This is a family show now.
I'll text it to you on the side.
Okay.
But anyway, so man, what do we got going on? I mean, we got a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll show you what I got going on, even though it looks like garbage. But
Well, it looks like I'm looking at the chat, and it looks like we've got a lady that's driving to Daytona, and she's got a picture that she wants to have us take a look at.
Oh yeah,
where is it?
go for it.
Did she send it to me?
Yeah, if you go up a couple of chats, I think you can see it. Even from Chris.
MX Cadro, Dennis, Tom Daigon, LaDonna is on. She actually is on this one and not trying to get in the live show now. I don't see it.
Tom sent a test image of the ghost.
Yep, I got that.
Okay.
Let's see. Chris. I see
Chris
got
had sent it in.
Mini PC. Just go from lowest HFR. I got a friend who would like some feedback on a pic. Sent email. Okay, let's see. Let me see if it's in my email.
Quick. Nice, Black Man. That's nice.
She's coming down the spot.
No, we got a guy. We got Black Man. You just said my ASIM Celestron CGM2 just did a PA while it was connected. Never worked before. Oh my gosh, that's one of the things that just drives people nuts with the Celestron. And the ASI Air is you have to disconnect the mount to do a polar alignment. And looks like now, that's awesome.
I got the 2 pics.
A polar alignment with using the mount staying connected and letting the mount, run the ASI Air run the mount. That's awesome. I hope they fix this because that's been something that's been going on for gosh knows how long.
Where is this? Where is it's on? There it is. Okay, I got the 2 pics.
Reading the YouTube chat.
I got the 2 pics here. Why can't I? Oh, I got a little bit of the Running Man too. All right.
Okay. Oh, so you finally got some text pics?
Yeah,
finally?
I do, and I'll show it to you in a second. Let me just get into the live stream, and then I'm gonna set this up right. So let me get into the first picture without the L Pro.
Okay.
That's one of these guys.
You're imaging in Orion.
Yeah. All right. So now keep in mind that these are pics that have no data. My tracking's not that great, but I just want you to look at the background at this point, and the color of the background. The stars they got better as the night goes on, but you'll see the difference real quick in a second. So let me share screen 1. So the first picture you're going to see is a picture of the Orion Nebula, 1 minute shot, without any light pollution filter.
Okay.
So, okay.
I see that vignetting.
So you see the vignetting.
Yep,
right?
I see the vignetting. Yep.
Yeah. It's quite a lot of vignetting. And it's weird that it's more prevalent on the right side than the left.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I think it's because something's crooked in there. But so that's the first one. So you can see it's very bright.
Yeah.
You can start making out the Running Man here a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if I could zoom in. Can I zoom in?
Double click on it.
Oh, there you go. So you can see I got some tracking problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now I'm not really worried about the tracking. I'm doing this because of the I want to see the difference between the L Pro, right?
Right.
So let's go to my last picture.
Okay. And this is with the L Pro.
That's with the L Pro.
Yep.
So take a look at that. Take a look at the difference.
Yep, you can. You can definitely see. You can see a definite difference off the bat.
You know, those are both 1 minute shots, same gain, gain of 120.
Yeah. The vignetting is still there, but it doesn't look as bad.
No, it's still there. You can see it.
Yep, you can still see it, but it's not.
You know what? With flats, that will go away.
Yep, it will.
You know.
What are you using? What camera?
This is a 294.
MC?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's a 294. So I think that's a really good comparison. And if you want, I'll go back one. I'll go back to the one that are. This is without.
Yep. You can definitely tell.
That's definitely not a 1 minute shot, though. So hold on a second. No, it is. It is. Oh, it's 2 minute shot.
No, it's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes.
Why can't I see?
There you go. There you go. 60.
See?
Yeah.
See? Very lot brighter in there.
Yeah.
Vignetting very much darker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cutting out the light pollution for sure.
I wish I could. Can I? I can't even bring one over, can I? So I could show them both at the same time.
No, unfortunately not.
Hey Dan, you don't have an NBZ filter, do you?
No. I never purchased one. I have the Moon and Sky Glow, and the L Pro.
You might want to think about one if you're serious about doing some one-shot color. Something to think about.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
It'll definitely you'll really like that filter.
Yep.
Now
I do.
Now the MBZ is a dual, right?
It is.
So it's like an L Enhance.
Yes, but much tighter bandpass. It's about it's a 10 nanometer bandpass compared to the L Enhance, which is like, I don't know, 20 or 30 or some mess.
Yeah,
I think it's 21 millimeters is the L Enhance.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah. I know it's pretty darn wide.
All right, so I do have those pictures if you want to take a look at them.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
The first picture is going to be, it's a heart and soul, I believe.
Okay.
Let me move this over here. There we go. And we'll share screen 2. Okay. And then we'll get this one up. All right, and here we go. So we got the heart and the soul. Looks like a Hubble palette.
Yeah. Still quite a bit of green in it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of green in there.
Yep.
Is that a raw image?
Yeah, a little bit next to it. Is it just a test image?
This is the one that's driving. So we're getting dribs and drabs from Chris Freerskin, because he's the one that sent it to us.
Okay.
So let's see. So if I go back into the email, give me a second.
Can you apply an SCNR to that?
I believe it's a JPEG, so I can't really kind of say anything.
It's a PNG.
It's a PNG.
Yeah.
It's her first mosaic process.
Okay.
Surety ordered a 14 by 35 on metal. This is a William Optics Z61 with a 0.8 reducer with an ASI 1600 SHO 27 hours.
Oh, Chris is saying he likes green, so no SCNR. Okay.
Got it. And again, guys, just
it's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you.
You're the artist.
Exactly.
You know, And if this is I mean, I love the blue colors in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the blues are nice and true to the color of the oxygen in there.
Well focused.
Yeah, she did a
Malak,
nice star reduction on that.
Yeah, did a nice
Yeah.
star reduction.
yeah, Malak 15 looks very separated and nice.
Yep. I like Merlot 15. I do.
Might be a little bit undersampled. Maybe a little.
You mean a little blocky?
Yeah, I think with that
blocky.
combination with a Z61, with that doublet and a 294, I think you will end up being undersampled.
Yeah, because you can see
Yeah,
that the
you can
stars
see it.
are a little
Yeah,
blocky.
they're a little squarish.
Yeah, they're a little
But
blotchy.
you have to get really in close to see that.
Oh yeah, no, this is a wide field mosaic. This is not
Yeah.
made. This is not made to do at 600x.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Chris is saying he never did a drizzle or anything like that.
No, yeah. If you made if you did drizzle and dither, you might be able to get some of that roundness back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I like it's overall. I mean, and I really, you know what? If you go a little lower on the gases in that, right there,
All
the
this.
embryo head, because you call it the embryo nebula, the soul. They also call it the embryo nebula.
Yeah.
That looks so cool. I just love that area right around that whole area.
You know what this
Around
looks like
kind of
to me?
the head.
This looks like my puppy. Looks like my dog. The mouth is open. There's a snout and a head.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. I've noticed this. Right at go back in there. Just zoom back in, Dan. Okay, and now, okay, scroll. Pull it down a little bit. Pull it down just a little bit more. A little bit more. Now go to the right just a little bit. No, the other way. The other way. Keep going. Have you look at what's right there? That's a little. Have you seen that little? See that little globule right there? Just down. Just down a little bit.
No, right there.
Just right there. Now that is, look at the detail. That little globule right in there.
Yep.
That is incredible. She's got that detail.
No, I mean the details and all the gases and everything are really good.
Yep.
I just wonder, because it's so dark, are we losing a little bit of the nebulosity a little bit? It just seems a little dark.
Yeah.
Background?
Well, I think everything is just a little bit dark. Even the nebula is a little dark, because this is really a bright. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a nice rendition of the thing. I just think it might be a little bit dark, and you might be losing some of the actual nebulosity.
What camera was this? Was this a 1600
yeah,
mono?
1600. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But I mean, I gotta say, like this is cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, just these little globules. I mean, just the attention to the look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, I like the color of the green and the blue just a little bit. For me, my personal taste, just a little bit overbearing on the green. If it got just toned down just a little bit, it's a good combination of the blue and the green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's also got. You can see that the Soul Nebula over here.
Yeah.
I like the way the Soul came out a little bit better than I like the Heart. Because the Soul, you got this transition of colors.
Yes, from the dark.
You got the blue, then the green, then the yellow, then the orange, then the red at the bottom. Here you got a lot of green.
Zoom in on the fish head. Let's take a look at the fish head. Okay, so now look at the choice of the colors here we got now. Look at the different hues of blues, turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down into the edge like this. That I like. I think you might. Yeah, you might even get this blue a little bit darker, like this.
You know, I tell you what, though. I mean, there's some great close-up shots that you could literally just, instead of getting the whole image, focus on a certain section and blow it up and make a print out of it.
Yeah, you can make you like what you said. You can make that a picture.
Yep, you can make you can make a picture. You can make Merlot 15.
Make that, I was going there. You can make that a picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could just make that a picture.
Yep.
I just think that when I look at the overall image, the way it is, the darkness is just too overbearing. I like more of the shading of the different colors blending.
I agree. I agree. But you know what? I'm just noticing now. This nice area right here. I
Yeah.
think this will come out more if you brighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
This whole
The
like
transition
indent
between
to
the two?
dark. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good composition, good detail.
Yep.
And this was like, is this her first mosaic?
Yes.
That's good. For
That's
your first
awesome.
mosaic, for
You
sure.
got more guts than me because I haven't done a mosaic yet.
Me either, for sure. I have never done a mosaic.
I think my first mosaic is coming. I think I'm gonna get the witch head.
Okay.
You know, you could take that just as it is in its raw format, pull it into Lightroom, and you know, you could bring those levels up very easily and adjust
In Lightroom, yeah. Just out of
in
this.
Lightroom. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard at all to pull that up with the raw.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
Yeah, with the raw image.
You're gonna have to give me a lesson in Lightroom one of these days because I've never.
Yeah, Lightroom's not hard.
Yeah. I use Lightroom a lot, especially when if I'm doing a combo of doing AstroPixel processor. I'll do a lot of my work there. Then I'll hop over and do like my noise reduction and a lot of other work in Lightroom.
What's this? I just saw that. What is that? That's pretty cool.
Galaxy?
That's something. Maybe that or a planetary nebula. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know what? We might have to go into Sinbad and find out.
Yeah. That's a nifty little pickup.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing when you start looking around, the little attention to the details.
And see, this is one of the reasons why I also like the William Optics telescopes, because the glass and just the optics of those types of telescopes, you can pull out so much.
Yeah.
Using those telescopes. And that's just me. I guess I'm just biased.
I don't know. That's absolutely true. There's no substitute for good glass.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to be honest with you. I mean, if you want a scope that's not going to break the bank, that's a big. The FCD 100s aren't bad. They're not bad scopes. I'm liking it. I know. Chuck uses it often from Chuck's.
Yeah, he does.
And he gets great shots with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for what I got it for, I got it for a steal. So
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the FCD 100s. I'm not knocking the ES.
That way.
No. I'm just, like I said, I'm just a William, nut. I get spoiled.
And I like my FPL 5380.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really good.
Some really good optics, yeah.
So but I wanted a little bit extra reach with this, and I know we spoke about this a couple times, but I didn't want to go crazy with the scope. So in order to get close to 1,000 millimeters, I would have to get the next level Esprit, which is a 130 something, and so now I'm close to 1,000. Now I got a 127 FCD 100. Is it going to be perfect like the FPL 53? No, but for me, it's fine. For now. But so yeah, nice shot on this. Drive safe to Daytona. Very nice. That's it. That's good for that. And then we got another one. I think Tom Digon, I think, sent us this.
Yeah, the Ghost.
Yeah, this is a black and white, if I remember right.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I like that.
Look at that. That is cool.
That is cool.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's like that contrast in black and the
makes it look more like a ghost.
Grayscale, but the black and white. Yeah.
Yes. That looks eerie.
I think
that's almost like the Ghost of Christmas Future.
Yeah, that may make it into the D&D meets Astrophotography collage. I think that might the Ghost.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me like the Reaper.
Yeah. Yep. That's really, really cool stuff. I love the detail. I love the dark, like the brightness you got over here. I'm wondering what the color version or the SHO version or whatever is going to look like, but we'll see. Looks good. Details.
Yeah,
Great.
there's a lot of hydrogen over there.
Yep.
I mean, it comes out it can come out really red. You know,
That's all right.
it can. You know, I've done mine, but I've even with my dual bands, and I've got pulled out a lot of red. You get some nice blues, some nice slivers of oxygen, but
yeah. So Tarek, this is I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tom. I believe this is just a HA shot.
Probably so.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
I'm betting it's just HA.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to get get clarification on that.
So is that 3 nanometers, Tom?
Yeah, Tom said it. Yes, HA. Let's see. What did he say in the email? Did he say it in the email? No, test image on first day. That's what I wrote on it.
Okay, yeah, it is a 3 nanometer.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
I don't know how much sulfur is over there in the Cassiopeia region over there. I don't know if there's a lot, especially with that star, that really bright star over there. I know there's a lot of hydrogen though, and a bit of oxygen.
Yep.
So usually you could do that most likely like an HARGB would be the most, I think, would be a really common one, or an HOO. I'm not sure about SHO.
You won't know until you try, I guess. So
Yeah,
don't be afraid. Don't be afraid if you're out there and you don't know.
Yeah, give it a shot.
And in all fairness, if you go into Charles Bracken's book, I believe it's the playbook, if I remember right. The first couple of pages of it gives you, and I don't know if the Ghost of Cassiopeia is in there, but he gives you a list of about I guess 40 or 50 images, and it tells you what the main filters you should be using for those objects.
And what book is this?
I believe it's the Astronomer's Journal, if I remember right.
The Astrophotography Sky Atlas.
Yeah.
It might be the Sky Atlas too. I have two of them.
The first pages are the maps, and then he talks about the Messier, the NGCs, the ICs, the SH2, and he talks about which is the regions, whether they be H regions or O3 regions. But this is a great book that I definitely do my planning with. In that right now I'm planning for the spring. So I'm looking at the targets and I'm planning exactly what to do here 4 months from now.
Okay.
But it's a great book, and I know that he'll be talking about it when it comes on. But I mean, just to give you an idea, here's kind of like the maps. And with the maps, he'll have the areas, and then at the very back, he'll actually have an index talking about what the designation is, what catalog it is, and then what filter should be used, and what regions is it? Is it emission, reflection? So it's a great book. Well worth the money for planning.
Nice. No,
yeah, it's really a good book, and it's like $30. And there's another one out there that he has, another thin one.
The Astrophotography Planner.
Yep, Deep Sky Imaging Primer.
That one. Well, that's the big. That's a really good book. But the one I was thinking of is what you just spoke about, the Planner.
The Planner.
The Atlas it's the Planner.
Yeah, the Planner. So that's really good. Let's see.
Hey, speaking about that, I hear that James Webb now is at the L2 zone. It's starting to.
Did it get there?
Yeah, it's already there, and I mean it's going according to plan. So it's another 5 months before we start to see what our first images look like.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so far everything's gone off without a hitch, which is pretty freaking amazing for as complex as that system is.
Yeah.
Now that Scott said that, we're gonna have problems. Nice. The Digon.
Hey, you know what we'll do, Dan?
What's that?
You know what we'll do? I know that when Charles comes, we'll ask him to sign a couple of the books, and he'll donate them as raffles.
There you go.
There you go.
So yeah, I'll send him an email tomorrow, and I'll ask him if he doesn't mind doing that. But we'll go ahead and have him sign it. We'll do maybe a book or two with the Deep Sky Imaging Primer and have him autograph it, and then the Sky Atlas.
Yeah,
And,
we'll do like a $2 raffle. And
yeah, absolutely. I'll send him an email and check into that. But he'll definitely do it.
yeah, that would be cool. That would be very cool. But
That would definitely be awesome. Yeah.
He'll be a great gift. I mean, when he starts talking, I mean, he's just a great guy to talk to, and just a wealth of information.
let's see. Can you put the book names in the chat? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What was it again? The
Oh, here, hold on a second. Here you go, Dan.
there's the Astrophotography Sky Atlas.
Charles Bracken.
Yeah, Atlas.
Yeah.
Charles Bracken. And
The Deep Sky Imaging
Deep-
Primer.
Deep Sky Imaging Primer. I gotta wait for this to go on.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, I have that one too. I have 3 of his books. They're all great. I'm putting the.
And Dan,
Yep,
I've reached out to this person, Chris Woodhouse, another gentleman. He's in the UK.
I know the name. I know.
Oh
the name.
yeah, Chris is awesome.
We're going to get Chris to come on board as well. So I sent him an email this morning.
You know the mount that he uses. One of the ones that he uses.
Yep, it's the one you got.
Yep,
Shut up,
he
Scott.
uses the same one.
Yeah.
Shut up.
He's
man.
actually got some really good videos on setting those up.
Yeah. He's really good. I mean, these two are definitely the best authors I can think of. There's another person here with the new CCD astrophotography. Yeah, there's a couple more, but we got enough guys to last us through until June.
Yeah. We're gonna that, and that's gonna be right near our summer break. So,
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
ASI Pro Meridian flip went off without a hitch. Flip
Nice.
Started guiding autofocus. Yeah, same with me. Again, but just remember, to Eric's point, make sure you recalibrate after the flip. There's a setting somewhere in there.
Yeah. I usually see with me, for some reason, when after my flip, if I don't have it recalibrate after the flip, it will something usually just goes wrong. Like most likely with the declination, the declination will just go off the rails.
Yeah.
So I just recalibrate. I mean, it only takes a couple minutes, and I just let it just do its thing.
Yeah. Let me show you something real quick, and you can tell me if I'm wrong on this, because oh man, see, I'm getting all right. Well, I need to stop doing. I'll show you why I need to stop imaging now.
Yeah, clouds.
No,
Or your guiding's off.
it's clear as hell.
Or your guiding's jacked up.
No, my guiding's gonna be jacked up anyway. It's an EQM 35 with like rubber bands on the gears. I mean, so
I thought it was the mouse on the hamster wheel.
it may as well be. But here's the reason why I need to move. Okay, here you go.
Baling wire and bubble gum.
Would have got the tree in the way, or the chimney?
There you go.
Yeah. You got a tree.
That's what that's a telephone cable.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is. So it'll go away.
Oh, I thought it was a Romulan cloaking device. A Romulan cloaking device.
Yeah, this is the warp corridor right here. That's what that is. So that's where you can go more than warp 5 now, because unfortunately, in Star Trek you can't go faster than warp 5 anymore, or else you get in trouble.
So you're averaging between 5 and 6 arc seconds.
Oh, it's a mess, and there's a dither in there too. But I mean, I obviously got a lot of work to do with the guiding settings. Again.
So Eric, can you change that to it's pixels or arc seconds is the scale?
I believe it's arc seconds.
Is it arc seconds?
I believe so.
How do we know?
If you open it up, I guess I thought the double quote, the end quote, the double end quote, I thought that meant arc seconds. If you go into your guiding, you double click.
That's what I was just thinking. I would think that, but sometimes you got the choice of either pixels. I like arc seconds, so
yeah,
me too. But I'm just trying to figure out how, is there any other settings in guiding? Because if I pause this,
if you go to the only other settings that are in guiding is if you go to the guide camera, you have so if you go to the guide camera module.
Hold on.
The only other settings are like your deck or your.
Oh, there it is.
Durations.
Okay.
Yeah, or your durations.
Oh, that's not good. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Go away.
One thing I also did for me is I also turned on binning. For me, is what I'm using the Schmidt and using this 174. I turned on binning for me. You don't have to do it for you, but for mine, using that OAG and that 174 with the Schmidt, I did turn on binning for mine. If you turned it on right now, it might screw you. It might throw things.
I turned it off. Okay. It's really fucked up now. Oops,
Yeah.
PG 13.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got enough. I got enough data to stop it right now because all I needed was some. Why is that doing that? Oh my god, this is all
Doing
spatty.
what?
Fuba.
You got a diffraction spike going on in one of those?
Right here. I don't know what's going on, but I can't. I got a bunch of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
I think that's also just the ones that are in front of the pole too.
Yeah.
I think it's just being split on the pole because there's no spikes down here. It's just guiding issues.
Yeah, just guiding.
It's a fiber optic wire. That's what it is.
Yeah. See, now the nebula looks good in dark. It's right in
There
the
you go.
telephone.
Yeah.
But how come it won't stop if I hit pause? There we go. I don't know. This is acting all spazzy.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. But yeah, so we got some cool stuff.
All right. So like I said, that's my biggest is going to be just playing around now with the autofocus and with the autofocus and those steps to try to get this focusing tightened. I got to get it tightened up because when it starts out, when I do my first one, my first series, it's fine. This always happens when I change filters, and it has to do another autofocus when it changes filters, and sometimes it's just too soft.
So is that with your monochrome setup, Eric?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you haven't performed any offsets with the different filters, right?
No, because you can't really do offsets with the ASI Air. It's all very basic, no offsets. You just set the gains, and that's all you really can do.
So that's kind of what they're going to be doing here with the software. Probably with a couple of more versions, they're going to be able to kind of put in algorithms to do offsets and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm happy with that. So let's see, Jeff Horn, are you doing increased exposure?
I do. Yeah, I'm doing 5 minute with mine.
Oh yeah, I do up to 10 or 15 on mine.
And then
even my crappy skies.
On my autofocus, I do 15 or 20 seconds on my 3 nanometer filters. I do about 15 or 20 seconds.
Right. That sounds about right. Yeah, you're gonna need a little bit more time to pull in the light that you're gonna need to do your focusing and do your get your data. I mean, without a doubt.
Yep.
So during autofocus, I've been during autofocus. I just like
I do when on my autofocus. I go to bin 4 on my autofocus.
I go to 2. I think on mine. That's all I really need to do. But I do 2 at like 10 or 12 seconds, and you're fine. Even with that, because I have the 3 nanometers as well, and that's fine on mine. You get a nice, good V or U curve, and that'll work.
Yeah. What kind of filters do you? What kind of narrowband filters do you have, and what's your bandpass?
Who's the question, Eric? You're asking?
Jeff Horn. He says. He was asking. So do we increase exposures with our SHO? And you said you're doing 5-second exposures on his autofocus
at bin 2. That's possible. At a Bortle 6, that's possible.
Bortle 6, okay.
That's possible. I mean, it really depends on, well, which camera you're using.
Yeah.
What scope are you using? What's your f ratio?
What's your gain setting?
What's
Yeah,
your gain setting?
Mine. I
There's
set
a-
it at
Unity.
Mine is just in the middle. Mine's always at Unity gain. I always set mine to Unity gain.
Well,
I
on
don't
my
really mess around with anything else.
on my QHY, I'm at gain 0. So
Okay. So yeah, I'm always at Unity gain, which is for the 294s, mono and MC. I believe it's 120. And I'm always doing I always do bin 2 with the at least with the monochrome. I do bin 2, so that way if I ever wanted to do some LRGB with the combination with the one shot color, they're both at the same resolution.
let's see. Now there was a question from Mark saying, "How do you bin on the ASIR for autofocus?"
What I usually do is you will go before you do like when you're in the preview area. When you're in preview and you can go into a manual autofocus, you can go and set it there, and that's the way, and it will stay there if when you do an auto run or when you're doing a plan. So if you do it in preview and go to autofocus and set your binning there, then you'll be all set for whenever you're doing any type of planning and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually have it here. I can show it to you. So basically what Eric was saying, and I just found it too, you went into preview mode here.
Yep.
Okay. And then you would go into
go
the
to AF.
focuser. You would turn your focuser module on.
Yep.
Go into autofocuser and then change your binning here.
Yep.
And you're saying that this will change? That will stay, or this will
that will stay. Yep. And then you just change it, and then you close out, and then when you're ready to do a plan or an auto run, it should stay, and that's the way it'll be when you're doing autofocus on your plans or your auto runs.
Okay. I'm just playing around now. Sorry.
Yep. They have started improving their catalog. I will say that. They don't have. It's not a great it's not a great catalog, but it is a good catalog of some really decent, catalogs. You have, of course, you have Messier and you have NGC, but now they added SC, and I believe they also added Sharpless, and I think maybe
Sharpless is there.
Sharpless is there. IC
is there.
And I want to say they maybe added another one, and now they're added in. I believe they also added in Comets.
Comets are there.
So they're expanding.
Let's see.
They're expanding that catalog. They borrow a lot of stuff from a lot of other, applications, like Sky Safari.
Yeah, right. Let's see.
What is the benefit of binning on autofocus? For me, I would say getting those my stars a little bit bigger. It helps with the I don't know. Yeah.
Well, to me, I know this doesn't have anything to do with CMOS cameras, so I'm throwing against the grain here. But if you've been as a CCD user during autofocus, it speeds up your download times, so you get the focus data to your computer a lot quicker than that. But you also get a lot brighter stars.
Yeah.
Looks like
I'll be honest with you, Josh. I go off a lot of other my friends do, like TJ. TJ was binning, bin 4 on autofocus, and it worked for him. So I'm like, okay.
All right.
Don't know why, just sure. Like I said, I'm just lazy. I just go off of what everybody else does.
All right. Well, I just tried to move to another object and it didn't find it.
What?
Solving 46 seconds and counting.
Let me log into Discord here. Frank has a question on Discord for me.
quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, I was on Discord here trying to find the question that Frank had. I don't necessarily see it. In equipment discussions. Oh, okay. Thank you.
No wonder why it didn't play itself. I'm looking through like 3 different phone lines.
Yeah, that would do it.
I'm trying to find something that's nice and high. Maybe try that.
Okay, question Frank has. Question about taking flats with the Hyperstar connected to the front of the Schmidt Cassegrain. I have a flat panel from Illumiglow.
Okay.
That I place on top of the dew shield. Okay. I seem to be getting uneven corrections. Could this be most easily explained by the slightest variation in the distance from the panel? Because the dew shield is a bit off to one side.
Well, the dew shield should be flat.
Yeah, it should be flat.
Glass. So if it's like this, you may get different brightnesses.
And yeah, also one thing I've also noticed is even with mine, and I have one of the older model Spica flats, where I get some uneven illumination, and a lot of that is tied to the amount of time with the Rasta that I put on those flats. Sometimes I have to try to go a little longer on those flats than maybe what's recommended sometimes, or because when you're going that fast and say sometimes you're only taking like a 2-second flat or something like that, I do get illumination lines. So I have to try to go like a little bit longer than that, at least with my Spica flat. But yeah, but I'm guessing I'm having a little bit of understanding. He's getting uneven corrections.
Does he have a flat frame that he shot?
Yeah, if he can shoot a flat frame.
If you actually have a flat shot that you can kind of see, so we can take a look at it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I'll put my email if it looks like a new person, so I'll put the email up there. And just so you guys know, all of the AstroWorld, including you, Peter, all the AstroWorld emails are working now.
Oh, yeah. If you know what, if it's just one of the almost like leather type Velcro dew shields. Yeah, those I don't know if they can always be necessarily even. That's why all my dew shields are aluminum. That might have something to do with it. I honestly don't know.
I don't know if that would have anything to do with the train. I don't think that would have anything to do with it. But I'd really like to see what because sometimes.
Yeah, if you can send.
I don't know what your experience level is. So again, if you're somebody that's done this a long time and then you're getting uneven correction, you might be able to change that with an axial DBE. I do have the red LED completely covered. We're losing Scott again. Scott, wake up. Scott, come on, man. Oh, jeez. All right, well, you got the Rosette Nebula, but it doesn't look like the Rosette Nebula because I can't see it. But
that's like one of those. You know what? When Scott does that, I want to pull a Samuel L. Jackson like a Pulp Fiction. I want to like shoot off a gun and say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?"
Please allow me to retort.
Don't make me pee my couch.
Let's see.
Dude, let's just tape on the red light and all USB outlets here. Get light leak. Yeah.
Let's see. I have completely surrounded all connections. It looks crazy, but solved my uneven flats. So from what you're saying, Jeff, I guess you were getting a light leak somewhere.
Yeah, it could have been light leaks then.
You know, that's one of the reasons why I like flat panels that could lay directly on
top. Yep.
On top, and you don't have to kind of be at the mercy of an uneven dew shield or something like that, where the dew shield is open on the bottom and letting light in from underneath, or or things of that nature.
Yeah.
And,
another thing that I do, Dan, is with the Rasa, and I don't know if I maybe I can grab it and bring it around here, but with the aluminum shield, what I also have, I use two dew heaters. I use two dew heater straps on mine. I have one around the OTA itself on the behind the objective, and one actually on the dew shield. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll take my heater strap and I'll actually cover, because you have those openings, for your camera and everything. And I'll actually take my dew strap and I'll just pull it over all of those openings that are on that aluminum dew shield and try to cover up as much as possible. Those openings to prevent those light leaks.
Yeah, it's real important. And I like to literally just lay my flat. Like I tightened up my entire dew shield on mine. My dew shield was kind of one of these. You can kind of move it, put some felt in there, made it nice and tight, nice and even. Now I can plop my big light panel that I have. It's crazy and heavy.
Spica-flat.
The Spica-flat's huge. It's for a scope like double the size of mine. But oh, here we go.
So I don't know if you can see this, but I put the shield over all of these edges where where you have the camera or you have wiring that comes through, and you can get light leaks in here.
Yep.
So I normally move those in and I cover this up. Did I lose it? Did I lose you guys?
No, I just made it full screen.
Did I just see Dan and AstroWorld web? It's like I just got a black screen.
No, I put you on full screen. That's why.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I usually would do. Is I'll cover this up as much as possible, even because all of my wires are coming from the top, so I'll cover that up. So I'll do the best I can to make sure that those areas are covered up as much as possible, and then have this guy with my Spica-flat laying flat on top of it. That's why I like these aluminum dew shields, because it's pretty even. But yeah. And then I like having the double straps here because it also helps, dealing with the dew and the cold and everything, having them heating up the OTA as well as right around the lower part of the shield here. So yeah,
cool.
Did you get the pre-order, Eric, on that the Celestron?
I did. I sure did.
Yeah, so did I.
To Camera Concepts.
Yep. Yeah, I put mine in.
And I got the email that said it's not here yet, but I'm on the list.
It's on the way.
So I ordered one for now, and I'll put it on the edge. Most likely, I'll put it on the edge, and then see how that goes. And then I'll get one for the Rasa because they're the same thing.
Yep. Hey, you know what? We've been getting tons of orders from them, so we are taking pre-orders for it. But I mean, if it works the way it should work, it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know about the $400 for a dew controller, but we'll see.
Nah, I don't need that.
Versus $2,200 for an Eagle.
Well, the Eagle does a lot more than control the dew. So
yeah, I know.
The Celestron dew controller, 4 dew heaters, and ASCOM drivers and a USB out, $450.
The one thing is, Jeff was mentioning tinfoil around the filter drawer that fixes that. Yeah, because the filter drawer can't let some light in on the Rasa and everything. And I'm going to give out a shameless, plug for me, that I use the Arteski filter flange that actually you can. If I can bring it up here, I'll show you what I mean. But it's for 2-inch filters, and it basically replaces the Rasa flange. Mm-hmm. And you can put it's not a filter drawer or anything like that, or a slider or anything like that. You actually have to mount the filter behind the holder, and then put it on, and then that basically on the flange, screw it on, and then put your camera on top of it. So if you're using a one-shot color, it's great because you only like for my NBZ, I'm not switching out filters on it anyway. So,
right. All right, cool.
But yes, that way I don't have to worry about sealing or anything or those light leaks or risk of light leaks because I don't have that filter drawer to deal with anymore.
Well, I got. Speaking of filter drawers, I got to throw out a shout out to Mark Ellis. Thank you, Mark. So if you've been watching tonight, I know you've been in and out of the show, but apparently the built-in filter drawer with the Canon adapter worked perfectly. I was able to get focus. So what happened was, if you guys have been watching, I was having a big problem trying to focus my 200L lens. With the 294.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the image train, there was a 294 and the lens, but in between that, I had the 17.5 for the camera.
Okay.
17.5 millimeters for the camera. Then I had the filter drawer, right? So that's another, what is it? I think it's 21.
Yep.
Because there was the Altair one. So that went in there. And then I had the Canon adapter. That's like 25 or 6. Mm-hmm. So, and I had some other adapters in between. So I was way over what I was way over that 55 millimeter kind of nice area. And so I was able to take the filter slider out.
Yep.
In the closet of death.
He goes in the closet of death.
And then what we do is
he just loves that, tossing it into the closet of death. There's another one.
But hey, this might be a prize. So hey, I was able to take the this out of the image train and lose about 21 millimeters, get the ZWO Canon adapter with a built-in filter slider, and I was able to save all that backspacing, and I was able to get close enough again to focus. So thank you to Mark Ellis. I was completely unaware that they sold one that had a built-in filter drawer. So
news to me too, because with my go-to setup I have with the Rokinon, I'm using that Rasa filter slider. That's Nona. I'm using that, as a substitute, but. If we can do something to avoid that,
and the magnets are decent on it.
Okay,
so it fits nice. And you saw I was using that filter slider on that M42 picture. So
okay,
so it works pretty good.
Nice.
Oh. We're at.
What other? Did anybody else send me any pictures yet for us to?
No, not today. It's been a little quiet night tonight.
Okay,
that's okay.
It's all good.
Scott's keeping one eye open.
Yep, he's trying. He's fighting. He's fighting it.
Scott.
It's getting late.
Yeah, it's 10:41. But I don't know. So. That's pretty much all it's going. I'm going to actually go outside and I'm going to take some flats with this lens and see if I can get, I'll take 10 flats and see, take that and take some dark flats and darks and see what I can get. I mean, it's not going to be a great picture, but we'll see.
Okay.
But, you got some, I don't know. You want to wrap it up? Final thoughts, I guess?
Yeah. Did my emails not come through, Mark? Did my emails not come through? Oh, Frank saying would he send in if he wants to send in that flat file as a fit? I mean, What's Frank was about his flat file. You know, the question about his flats and the unevenness.
Yeah, you can send it any way you want.
Yeah, and then we'll stretch it, you know, and pick
Yep.
that or Dan can.
Yeah, I could do it.
Hey, LaDonna says Scott looks way too comfortable. Where's the dog?
He's sleeping in
comes
his
up
bed
and-
too.
Yeah, he comes up and mooches. He either wants attention or he wants to go out or he just wants to snuggle. Yeah.
Wow.
Wonderful little doggy.
Let's see, Gmail. Let's see, AstroWorld.
I'm just checking a couple things here on the Discord channel.
Yeah, I'm just looking for emails here. Oh, we got another Twitch follower. Thank you, YW Taz. Thank you.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Once again, I think what we should do is to close the shows. We should definitely say that. Remember, we mentioned it last week about getting additional viewer membership.
Oh, yes.
And we should maybe start to kind of close with seeing if we
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. If you want.
Because I know that when you get a chance to talk to Farah, she wants to give out gift certificates. So she definitely wants to talk to you. So just send her the email and she'll be in conversations with you and she'll tell you exactly what she'd like to donate as well.
Yeah, I'm going to send that tomorrow. I'm gonna, her, Charles. I'll put you on the thread
CC.
as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And so we could all be involved to get on the same page. But hey, you know what? You know what would be a personal favor to me, or anybody who's actually watching. We got 22 people watching right now. So
Okay.
So what would be a personal favor to me? And you know, we've been trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're almost there. We need 37 more subscribers to reach 1,000. Okay. So that being said, everybody, my birthday's in 5 days. So if we get 7 a day, or 8 a day, let's say to be safe, 8 a day, we'll be at 1,000 by my birthday. So that would be a nice birthday present for me. And I'm just being completely selfish. Just, you know, and that's okay. I'm making a call. I just want to get to 1,000. That's all. You know,
We're getting close.
And it has nothing to do with monetization. It has nothing to do with that. Who cares? What am I going to make a nickel on a video? But that's we're nowhere near that. But I think 1,000 subscribers is really, really, really a milestone, and we're really close for a show that only does live shows.
Yep.
Only does live shows. There's nobody that does what we do. There's nobody out there. Yep. So the support and the love and the backing that the entire subscriber and watcher membership has been doing over the past couple of years, I just got to say thank you to everybody that has been. It really like it makes me feel it, because it's like I never thought that we would ever have anything close to that. I thought we were going to be at. I remember when we had the 300 subscriber and I put the video up, and I thought we were going to be stuck there for forever, because it was at a standstill for a while, and then it just started growing and growing, and literally, really, over the past year and a half, where we revamped everything and kind of did some things and made some changes, we started to get more. Black Man, thank you so much, Black Man. New member.
Yes, thank you for joining, man. Appreciate it.
New member.
Hey,
thank you so
and
much.
Dan, here's another thing is that for a lot of these new people who come on board, they probably don't know who we are and what we do. Maybe you can do a quick little bio for all of us, just to kind of introduce everybody and who they are, so at least people will know exactly who they're dealing with and who they're talking to and who they're listening to.
Well, okay. Why not? Throw me on the spot there, Johnny on the spot. All right. So let's see. So AstroWorld has been around in some form or another for probably about 3 or 4 years. And it started off with myself and this guy Charlie. The actual show was called Cosmic Charlie and Declination Dan, and I was Declination Dan and he was Cosmic Charlie, and we had I thought it was cool The studio is called CCD Squared Studios. So I thought it was kind of cool because it had CCD in it, and it was Cosmic Charlie Declination Dan. So the D squared, the CC. So kind of double meaning. I thought that was kind of cool. But that kind of, after about 6 months, Scott fell asleep, and then there's a big T-Rex coming down, and he's smashing him on his head, and he's saying, "Wake up, Scott! Wake up!"
Serve that boy some coffee. I'm telling you. There we go. Oh, what did I miss?
But yeah, so it started off with the Cosmic Charlie and Declination Dan, and after that, I hooked up with Tim Cowell over at the Backyard Astro Imaging Club on Facebook, and we did a show for quite a couple of years, actually 1 year probably, and things happened. We're still friends and everything. The time was a little hard because he was up till 3-4 in the morning, and it was tough. And he would also had he's got a really big file. If you're looking for information, check it out. They have a large, I think they have 5,000 members in the club. So check it out. It's on Facebook. Club. What's that?
That's a big club.
I think you're muted, Eric.
So just for the collective group, Dan, what is it that you do? And then Eric, same with you, and Scott, maybe you do a little bit of bio. Let's just kind of do a little bio about who we are, what we are, and why we enjoy doing the show, so people can kind of get an idea about who it is they're actually listening to.
Sure. Yeah. So right now, I've been doing astrophotography realistically, like seriously, only about 2 or 3 years. I've always been into it. I've done it for about 15 years, but it kind of was like a love-hate relationship with the technology. It just wasn't at the point. I'm lazy. I'm almost as lazy as Jason and Derek. And we're all lazy, but we want things to work, and we all have in our head how it should be, and it wasn't there yet. I was doing film. I was doing 35 millimeter film, and I tell the story a lot that I spent like $1,500 on this camera. It was a Minolta Maxim, top of the line, DSLR, and you would put the camera on there, and you're probably looking through the viewfinder about the size of a half an inch. You're looking through this thing, crinking your neck, trying to look through it and make focus. Send the damn film to the photo mat or whatever it was, only to find out that you're out of focus and it was garbage pictures. So I stopped doing that until the digital age came out, and then I started getting to it a little bit more seriously. In the interim, I actually I've known Jeff Norwood over at Camera Concepts for about 25 years. I think I've known him, and I guess what happened was we got to be good friends, and he asked me one year to go work with him at NEAF, which is the Northeast Astronomical Forum up in Suffern, New York, usually done in April. He said, "Oh, you want to come help me work? You work for the weekend, I'll pay you, whatever, and you can come to the astronomy show for free." I said, "Sure, no problem." Little did I know I was going to get my butt kicked for an entire weekend, and I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am now with it, but it was really like a kind of a cool thing. So that one show turned into the next show, turned into a job with him about 1 day a week. And I still do that to this day. Plus all the shows, I work for him 1 day a week, and I get store credit, and I just come home with toys, and my wife doesn't divorce me. So, so that's what I do right now. So, should we go to Scott and maybe make sure he's still awake first, or no?
Yeah, let's do a little Scott. You do bio, then Eric.
Yeah, you got to get up and there you go. There he is.
Well, I got started, years ago in photography with my father, who was a chemist at Kodak. He was the last 10 years of his career there. He was their senior chemist, and when I was just a boy, he would get me down into the camera club, and so I got my teeth. I cut my teeth in enlargers and chemicals and dark rooms, from about age 5, 6 years old, like that. And I got the photography bug early, and that blossomed into, a career in photography and portraits and so on and so forth, nature photography, landscape, and astrophotography was one of the next steps. I had kind of hit a plateau with what I was doing professionally and also in my hobby, and astrophotography seemed like the one of the next steps, the next logical step. And I had no idea how deep the rabbit hole was. I jumped into that hole and I found out about 2 or 3 months later, I was still falling. So I got bit by the bug pretty hard. And, I think Eric said it best when he first saw the rig, you go big or go home. And I jumped in hard and heavy. I've got lots of camera equipment and so on and so forth. But I knew that if I wanted to do anything with astrophotography, that I had to have equipment that was tailored for this particular field, and that meant new cameras, it meant new scopes, it meant all kinds of things. And before I knew it, I was dealing with Pete, and Pete helped me with a whole bunch of ideas in focusing and feather touch stuff, and pointed me in that right direction. It just one thing led to another, and before you knew it, you're 25,000 into the hole, in a rig, and then you're adding another $3,000 for another new camera, and then filters, and I mean it gets insane really freaking fast. So and then all of a sudden my everything changed up in New York, and for the past 6 months we were in like no man's land as far as what to do, because we had to move, and now we're down here. And I'm looking very hard at getting my rig set up outside. I just need to figure out the logistics about how to get it set up on the patio that I've got out there, so that it's safe and protected. And, but yeah, and I mean, I just got the bug. As a professional photographer coming into this, it really. It was a challenge that I wanted, but it was much more than what I expected.
Yeah.
It's been a blast. I mean, it opened the door to these guys, getting to know the different people in and around the field. And I just can't even begin to express how excited it is. I am to even be a part of a community like this, even though, I know it's been crazy for the last 4 or 5 months, and it's really kind of taken a toll on me. It's one of the reasons why I'm fading. By 10 o'clock, I'm ready to go to sleep, but that doesn't change the passion. Yeah. I look at what is possible with stuff like this, and it's just, it fires the imagination, and I just really love it. So
nice.
Cool. Eric?
You're muted.
Eric?
You're muted.
He's
Eric.
muted.
Try and refresh your screen, maybe. Come back in. And Pete will go. So go on, Pete. Your turn.
What's kind of interesting is that it is such a great community, and like as Scott had said, it was through Scott's invite to be able to come on to AstroWorld that I kind of decided to step in, and it's been an absolute pleasure. And dealing with Dan and with Eric, it's just a very informal way of just getting into this hobby, answering a lot of questions. Myself, I'm the senior technical consultant at Woodland Hills Camera and Telescope. So I put systems together, whether it be optical trains, scopes, mounts, you name it. But having the ability to come on here on Wednesdays and Fridays, it's such a great, great forum. And I really is kudos to you, Dan, for really putting it together and being the master of ceremonies, as well as the manager, production manager, and the man of all hats.
I try,
Done a
man.
great job on this. But I think the way that we do this as a very informal presentation, a lot of jokes, giggles, laughing, but at the same time, there's a lot of good, constructive advice that's given to people starting out in this hobby. And believe me, all four of us have been where a lot of these new people are starting, and we just truly don't want you to make the same mistakes that we've done, because believe me, in this hobby, you want to buy once, cry once.
Yep.
Yeah. Very true.
And I got to be honest with you, even I wouldn't be here without Scott, Pete, Eric, Tegan, Simon, Tyler. I'm missing somebody. Jason. Yeah, Jason will be back, everybody. Jason will be back, hopefully sooner rather than later. Jason, definitely, we miss that guy. So just make sure that he's working like a dog. So I mean that's what he's doing. So let's see. Eric is back, I think.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Oh yeah, and it sounds a lot better too.
Put the headset on.
There you go.
Cool. So, all right. So is it my turn now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I guess you would call me the guy that just jumped head first into this thing without really even thinking about it. I just wanted to do it, and so I just did it. I've been doing this now. It's been 4 years, been close to 4 years now. I started out watching YouTube videos. Like one of the more famous ones, a well-known one, was Astro Backyard, with Trevor. And I started out, with my Nexstar 8SE Schmidt Cassegrain. And I remember taking the Owl Nebula was one of my first images that I ever took. And the other one was the Whirlpool M51. And not knowing a lick about what I was doing, I just had a DSLR and I was following, Trevor's suggestions. I got some free software on all of this other stuff. And after I got that first shot of M51, it was just a single, 30-second shot. That was it. Game over. I'm hooked. And it slowly just started growing from there. My first real astrophotography rig, which was about 4 years ago, was a William Optics Gran Turismo 71 triplet APO. And I was still using my Canon T3 DSLR, and I bought a Celestron AVX Advanced VX mount, which was one of the cheaper mounts that has like a 30-pound payload. And I started, just watching a bunch of videos, on how to balance, how to do this, how to do that. And just like Scott was saying, you're going down this rabbit hole. I don't know how much money I threw at this thing.
Oh yeah.
Getting backyard EOS, to learning acquisition and using the DSLR. And then eventually he started, Trevor and others started talking about dedicated astronomy cameras.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to do or how to do this, but I'm going to do it. Because unlike Scott, who started out, he has a photography background, anything that I had no experience with photography or anything like that. I mean, seriously, the only thing I knew how to do was click and shoot.
Yep.
Everything was set to auto. And I bought that T3. I actually bought it on eBay for like $150 just so I can do astrophotography with it and stuff like that. And then I got my first camera, which was the ZWO ASI 183 MC Pro cooled camera. And I freaked out, after my first image of and I saw this thing called Amp Glow and I had no idea what that meant.
What is that bright sky?
What is that bright star doing off of the side of my camera? and I was freaking out and contacting, on Facebook. They're like, oh, it's just amp glow. It'll calibrate out with your flats and your darks and all stuff. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now I've got to know how to wait. And now I need to do calibration. I need to do what? I need to do darks. What that? I don't want to take a picture. That's all I want. I don't want to take a freaking picture. And learning, all of these, all of the basic processes of, taking flat frames, making sure I had dark frames and all this other sort of stuff. And then eventually understanding, hey, I got this AVX mount, but guess what? Now I'm doing guiding, and my guiding with this AVX sucked. So, and it just blossomed from there. And then, doing more and more, meeting more and more people, gradually moving on to other telescopes, that said, oh, I think that would be cool. Let me get some more of this, or let me do some of that. I just kept throwing money at it. And my wife was just like, well, at least he's not going out and drinking. At least he's in the backyard. At least I know where he's at.
That reminds me of that meme. What is it? Get your kids into astrophotography. They won't have enough money for drinks or drugs.
For drinks and everything else. That was it. And, and then soon after, maybe about a year or so after I really started getting into this, then I started watching Dan and Tim, doing AstroWorld, and I just started chiming in, asking questions and just making comments and stuff like that. It started becoming a regular. And then when Tim left, Dan reached out and said, hey, I was already coming on, they were cool enough to invite me on and start asking questions and chiming in and putting in my 2 bits. And then when Tim left, Dan said, hey, do you want to keep going with this? And I was like, hell yeah, let's keep going. Let's do it.
Yeah, it was just me and you for a while.
And during that time, I was getting more equipment. I was the guy that would just, oh, this is new. Let me go buy it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to buy it.
You say shoplifting?
Shoplifting it, yes. Amazon Prime, yes, please. It's not my stuff, but I'm going to take it. It was just so, all this new stuff. And then ZWO started coming out with more and more stuff. I'm almost figuring about Sharp Cap and, and SGP. And then the ASI Air came out. I was like, yep, I'm on hook.
All over.
I was like, all over. I'm a ZW. I'm like a ZWO slut now.
ZW ho.
I'm a ZW ho.
I'm gonna get a hat like that. Oh, and I'm gonna have it printed up in like the New World Order logo.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's gonna be great. ZW
It's gonna be great, and that would be awesome. I'll sign up for that one. And it just keeps blossoming. And then eventually, I got the idea of even starting up my own channel, Astro with Eric. And right now I'm close to 900 subscribers myself. And I thought, holy cow, people are actually listening to me. They actually believe the crap I'm saying. This is awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was just amazing, the love and support of my family of me doing this, and then the love and support of guys who have turned into the great friends of mine, and it being so encouraging, and then I was actually, people are actually saying thank you. I'm actually helping them.
Yep.
It was awesome. I'm like, I'm actually doing something, helping other people out, who are in the same boat as I am, that don't know a lick about all of this stuff. And we just figure it out together, and that's what I keep doing. Is I just figure it out. I don't have all the answers. I just have a lot of fun doing it. I love astronomy. I love taking these photos. I love making these awesome friends and, and it's just been a blast. And I just I can't see myself doing anything else other than this right now. I'm just totally hooked, not just on the images and stuff like that, but just the process and the friends I've made. So yeah, so that's kind of been it, and that's been my journey so far.
Nice.
Well, I think that's probably one of the biggest advantages to what we do is the community of people, the friends that we've met. I mean, we've come to know a whole bunch of people that are just amazing, amazingly talented, astrophotographers. I mean, Pete, need I say any more?
Yeah.
Tegan, look at what Tegan's doing. Absolutely phenomenal work.
Exactly.
It's just.
I mean, Sean. I never thought I'd ever meet a like Sean Nielsen.
Yeah,
or even get a chance to know a guy like like Ron Brecker or Breacher, Astrodog. Yeah. I never thought I would get to know all of these incredible Adam Block.
Yeah.
Twice.
Adam Block. Yeah.
And he actually comes on to the show to talk to me, to school me.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I'm like.
But I do have some good news for those of you that are still around. We still have 20 people watching, believe it or not. I got some good news from Sean Nielsen since you brought it up.
What's up?
AstroWorld is going to be a guest on AstroChat. Sean Nielsen.
Holy cow! That's going to be awesome.
So
that'll be great.
That will be so great.
More news to come on that. So he's invited everybody on AstroWorld to come on.
That's awesome.
And he will have some questions for us.
Yeah, Sean's a great guy. He really
Sean is awesome.
So, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a great guy. He's awesome. But,
yeah.
Well, as I said, it's kind of a testament once again to reach out to our audience members and just say, word of mouth, please. If you know people that would love to be able to join in, please tell them that there's people here. There's going to be a wealth of information to share. You'll learn, you'll laugh, you'll enjoy the company. And as I said, we'll be able to work with you, putting systems together, working with you to be able to improve your post-processing skills, understanding what flat frames are and how you can get better flats, and let alone how you can get better raw data. So we're here as a collective to be able to give the support and reach out. And hopefully you guys will reach out and just pass the word.
Absolutely. And don't forget, to Bob's point, if you like what we're doing here, and you want to keep, informed of what we're doing, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, ring the bell, so you can get notified when Dan is, letting everyone else know that, hey, AstroWorld's about to come on, it's Wednesday night. AstroWorld's hitting. Friday night, AstroWorld's hitting. Let's party,
And as you said to the audience members, again, if you've got topics that you'd like to go ahead and want more information on, please send Dan the email or write it up on the Discord, and we'll definitely pull it up and we'll talk about it whatever date, Wednesday or Friday.
Yeah.
But the more questions you have, it kind of makes us enjoy that much more. So please, if you got questions, please send it to the Discord.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the Discord's grown. We've now broken 25 members on the Discord channel.
Let's keep it going.
So not bad to start off. But again, don't forget. Let's see, where is it? There you go. So there is the email that you could send it to for right now. I'm making other like an info at AstroWorld, so it's not just to me. So it'll be the Dan, the Pete, the Eric, the Scott, all that at AstroWorld. Tegan, Jason, Simon, all of that is going to be there. And there's also going to be a support at astroworld.com, astroworldweb.com. And then you'll be able to ask questions on that specifically for your own rig if you wanted to.
Can you believe, Dan, how much, this partnership between you and me and everybody else has grown over the past, say, 2 years? 1 minute is like, 1 minute is just like you and me. It's like you and Tim. Then it's you and me. And then Jason comes on, then Scott comes on, and Pete comes on, and Tegan comes on. And, it's just like.
Yeah, I know. It just happened to be like that. And don't forget Tyler, too.
Yeah, Tyler. Don't. Yeah, definitely can't forget about
Don't forget Tyler
no,
also.
no, absolutely.
But
Can't
you know,
forget my man
again,
Tyler.
and the guests, like you said before, our guest list has exploded again. A lot of that I got to give a shout out to Pete for like blowing up our guest book over the past couple of months. So thank you for your help with that. And getting either myself or yourself in contact with them. So thank you for that. But that is also up to you guys. What's up?
Black man, he was asking, what is Discord? Discord
Ooh.
is a chat application and a chat service where it's totally free, where you can go and just do a search for Discord, and you can download the app. And when you set up the app, it's totally free. And then if Dan, if you want to bring
I'm
up
doing
what
it right now.
the server name is for AstroWorld,
I'm putting it right in the chat right now.
you can join the server, and there's a link right there in the chat. Just go ahead and click that, and that'll get you hooked up right into our Discord server, and you can begin chatting. There's several different channels that I think Dan created for just getting started, intermediate, advanced, just general questions, all of that stuff, sending pictures. So, there's a lot of stuff in there, and Mark Ellis has been really cool to kind of, proctor and, monitor and admin that in a way. So thank you again to Mark. And so hop on, give it a shot,
And just a quick note, and I don't mean to sour the conversation at all regarding Discord, but when you're on the Discord channel, please keep the topics to astrophotography and astronomy. Let's not bring any other sort of ideas, beliefs, that kind of stuff for whatever reason. Keep it on the venue of astrophotography and astronomy. There was a situation in one of the chat rooms last week where some things were said that shouldn't have been said, and I had to kind of talk to the person that did it. And just please keep it to. This is a fun thing for the gathering of ideas and knowledge for astronomy and astrophotography people that want to do that. So please, just let's keep it in that venue. That's the only thing I'll say about that.
There you go. Okay.
I think one of the things that is one of the main thrusts of what we want to do here is provide an environment for people to have success with this, because it is so easy to have a desire to want to jump into things like this and find yourself in the muck and the mire that fast, and then you're $2,000 or $3,000 into equipment and you're frustrated, and all the stuff winds up in a closet collecting dust. And so we that's one of the things that I think is really important is when you have somebody that wants to get into the hobby, to be able to steer them in the right direction. It's exactly, Daniel. That's exactly right. To steer them in the right direction, so that when you can narrow down a budget range as to where they want to start, with the kind of photography they want to do, and kind of explain that you're not going to have a broad brush with this. The likelihood is that 5-6 years down the road, if you really got the bug, you're probably going to have 4 or 5 telescopes and 3 or 4 cameras and all kinds of filters, and you're going to be into the cost of a BMW by the time you're done.
Absolutely.
It's going to be crazy, man. It's a crazy ride.
And that goes back to Pete's point, about buy once, cry once, making sure that you're matching your desire with your equipment. That you want to be able to narrow what you want to do, what kind of things you want to capture, and then trying to build a first rig the right way so that you can have an environment of success, with some challenges, of course, but you're not going to be one of these poor schmucks that's going to have their equipment in a closet somewhere for 5 years and never touch it.
Exactly.
That's the last thing we want to see happen.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be selling it to us.
Yeah.
Now buy it. I will buy it.
Especially if it's a William Optics. He needs some more.
I need more. I need another refractor,
It's so interesting is that when I get the phone calls, I always ask them, the thing is to say, okay, what is it that you want to do? Visual, astrophotography. It's like a logic tree. Once you kind of determine what and you say, well, what's your budget? What do you anticipate? What, do you want to do? You have to ask questions because a lot of people don't know what they want to do. So you have to kind of tell them before you spend a dime. I always tell them, get a book, and the book is a deep sky imaging primer. Read the book and then call me after you read the book, and then we'll talk about what you really should get yourself into. But more importantly, I always tell people, if you're getting into astrophotography, whoever you're going to be working with, ask them to send you some photographs of what they do, because that means now you know that they've been where you're at. You don't want to be with somebody that has never done it because they don't know what you're getting yourself into. So you have to do a little bit of due diligence and make sure that whoever you work with, you know who you're definitely working with, and make sure he can give you the honest and straightforward answers, because you truly want integrity in this hobby. You want somebody that's just going to give you the straight, honest facts, because you can go down the rabbit hole so quick.
Yeah, there are some people and businesses and stuff out there that you will get on the phone with them and they will sell you the entire rig of what you don't need. And so just again, before you spend that, if you're somebody like Scott who jumps in and spends 15 grand on whatever, that's one thing. You want to make sure that you're getting your 15 grand worth, because you don't want to have a $15,000 garbage can. That's the whole thing. So make sure, even if it's not us, seek out your local astronomy club, seek out your local astrophotographer in that astronomy club, talk to them, see other pictures, go on AstroBin, go on YouTube, do whatever you got to do to get the information you need. But don't go into this half-cocked, one closed eye, because you will make a mistake. We all have done it. Nothing wrong with making mistakes, but when you make the costly mistake of getting something completely different on the opposite side of the spectrum, like, oh, I want to do planetary. You know what? I'm going to buy an 80 Esprit, and that's not going to do. I'm going to spend $1,600 on an 80 millimeter telescope. That's not going to get you planetary, So you got to make sure that you get like Scott said, you're going to have 4 different scopes, 8 different cameras, 25 different filters, and you know what? They all do a different job.
And they all serve a purpose.
They all serve a purpose, and they all are used for different jobs. So it's a refractor and a Newt and a Schmidt and a Dobb, and I'm mixing 2 parts of the spectrum here. They all do different things. So you want to make sure you get the right tool for the right job. You're not going to go driving with a pitching wedge. I mean, it's not going to happen, So just there's a lot of knowledge out there, and the last thing I could say about this is, do your due diligence, get the information you need any way you can, and then you'll be fine. Just make sure you get it from a reliable source, and that's it.
That's the key.
That's the key. That is the key. And trust me, and I will say this community is a great group of people, and they try to help out one another. So take a look as to Dan's point, joining that astronomy club, that local astronomy club, get to know, that astro imager that's there. Also, if you're not aware, there's forums out there such as the Cloudy Nights, which you can ask questions there. And one thing I can say is that with this community, for the most part, people won't disparage you or criticize you for asking questions, and there's no such thing as a dumb question, because they have all at one point in their period of their time in this hobby, they've all been there. We've all had to start somewhere, and we're all and for the most part, everybody's willing to help lift the other person up who's trying to come up. So that's another great thing about this, is that we all, next to Rex point, we're all looking at the sky. Unity. We're all looking at the same thing. And we all want to be able to do the best, picture, image, bring that out and share that with our friends and our family. We're always not necessarily going after APODs or anything like that. We just want to have fun and, and really show off, this beautiful universe of ours and share it with our friends who may not be aware of this kind of stuff.
Yep.
Well said, Eric. Well said.
Absolutely. All right. Well, it's 11:20.
Yep.
we're 2 hours and 20 in.
Yep.
It looks like Pete's got something to say. I know he breathes really heavy when he wants to talk.
Well, Dan, I've got to talk to you offline just before you reach out to Farah because she's going to ask you a question. So let me give you a call when we get offline.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem. All right.
Just hang with us here, Pete. Don't bolt out of here right away.
Well, we don't. Do we go to the green room?
No,
we just stay on.
Once I end the stream, this will stay on.
Oh, okay.
But we won't be live. We won't be live though.
Yeah, because it really does concern all of us. So we should all just kind of get some thoughts on it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And by the way, if you can't find an astronomy club in your area or anything like that, welcome to ours. It's right here.
There you go. You made it. You made it. You found it.
You found it. So we'll do what we can to help you out, man.
Absolutely. And just again, look out for the website's almost done. The website's almost done. Simon's been working on it night and day.
Way to go, Simon.
And the calendar looks completely awesome. So we're going to be able to invite people from the calendar to the calendar. We'll have listings of our guest speakers and any hopefully star parties. I'm going to throw star parties up there if they happen. It's going to be cool. And I already got some articles made in there. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot better. It's a lot more useful than the other one. So I'm happy with that. So hopefully that'll be up within the next. I know I keep on saying 2 weeks. It's like getting an EQR8. Oh yeah, it'll be here in 2 weeks. No, another 2 weeks. Another 2 weeks. But
yeah, 2 weeks. I'm sorry, I meant 2 years.
No, it better not be 2 years. I'll be down in North Carolina. I'll have to change some things.
Oh gosh.
All right, fellas. Any final? I know we said final thoughts already, but anything?
Yep.
Anything else?
Yep.
No, man. Yep. I think we said it all.
Yeah, we had over 210 messages in the chat this time.
That's awesome. Just keep them coming. Just keep them coming.
So, and thank you, Black Man. Thank you so much for joining our team. Yep. we are now down to 33 people to 1,000. So
nice.
Going. Keep it going.
No, Bob. EQR8R is not in 2 weeks, Bob. No, absolutely not. And LaDonna, you're more than welcome to come on. She said she was working to get on the show. You're more than welcome to come on and hang out with us too. So,
sure.
All right.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody. And remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you Friday night. Have a good night, everybody.
Clear skies, everybody.
There we go. We're back.
We are back.
I just want to make sure we're out. Give me a second. I think we're out.